Hello, welcome back. This is Candid Expressions with Rosemary Zembi, and with me it's Mark Njenga. Mark,
Yes.
it's been really interesting listening to the things you're talking about that your services entail, and I could see that there is a gap, and we will talk about that in the end at the end of this, where and how we can bridge that gap, because I believe there's a health and wellness gap in our society that needs to be bridged, and I don't feel like there's enough information out there. I don't feel like the society is as fully informed out there about the benefits of what you have to offer. But when people don't know the benefit of anything, they wouldn't just go buying it, right? If it's not the conventional thing, they wouldn't go buying it. But once they know, they say information is very powerful. And so we're going to talk about that, and maybe talk to CEOs and corporate, executives about how you all can work together. I think to improve this, especially employ your workforce.
Mostly because of the workforce they have.
Workforce,
a healthy nation is a very productive nation.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you this. In fact, we'll just go right into it. Have you considered approaching corporations about setting a partnership where you could probably even do a once a month? I've seen where companies do things like safety training once a month. So you contract they contract with a trainer, and they'll have their staff trained, because when staff are conscious about safety at their place of work, that reduces the number of accidents,
the risks,
and injuries and all that, which at the end of the day affects the bottom line of the company. The company is there to make money. And so imagine if you can keep your workplace safe, then that means you reduce the liabilities and any accidents, injuries, and things that could cost you loss because of damages in the company, loss because of staff, lost productivity because staff have to be off work because they got injured on the job and stuff like that. So have you tried to work with corporations about you bringing in services to their staff? Because let's face it, guys, especially coming out of COVID, a lot of people went into mental illness issues, and I believe therapy, like what we've shared, is part of the treatment that comes in to help with mental wellness, and sometimes mental illness, mental pain, the stress here. You said that sometimes will manifest in the body, and that means even your muscles are tighter. You're having aches, you don't understand why. You're having headaches, you don't understand why, and that's where now people could come to you. Are you working with any corporations, or have you tried approaching corporations about sensitizing them about the well-being of their staff, and probably bringing a monthly clinic to the office where, for example, if it's the third Friday of the month, in the afternoon you're there with the staff, you teach them things, you show them different stretches and all, and maybe even give them a discounted therapy for their staff. Do you have such?
Well, I have tried, I've tried a bit of corporations. It's usually a bit tricky because for them it's how are you coming into play with the system, because ideally you have to go in with their system. They have to create in that day. Those people have to show up, and all of them have to be willing and to come. So sometimes it's difficult because every company has different departments. Departments have different timings and things like that. So I'm in discussion with some of them, and it's coming up nicely. We are coming out from a COVID situation. So last year people were a bit busy dealing with the finalization of their financial years and that. So we are heading there, if I will use the right word.
So you're actually making some contacts, and you're heading. And really, sometimes it's as simple. Well, I may say it's simple. Maybe it's not for you because you're the one in the field. But I think it could be as simple as you go in and speak with them, and then help them create that. You said, sometimes they may not all come. They don't all have to come. Whoever comes is the one who sees the need and the value.
Actually, that's what we've done. Because you see, when you go into a corporation, the first person you have to approach is the reception. The reception now will take you to the department that you have to go to, and then you have your discussions with them. Then now from there they can set up the day, or you can set up the day together. So it all depends also with how the company is willing.
Right. Yeah, they have to be willing. Exactly. Of course, it's still at the end of the day, it still comes down to it's a cost for them.
For them, it's a good idea, but how can it be done? You see, right. Cost, if the cost itself,
the cost implications.
Exactly.
But I would say this: if you're a HR executive or if you're a business owner and you're listening to this or you're watching this, it may sound like it's expensive to afford your staff therapy, even just a talk therapy for him to come and speak to your staff or to come and give services at your place of work. I think it's very important. Just think about in the end goal is you want to keep a healthy workforce. A healthy workforce, as Mark has said, is a productive workforce. An unhealthy workforce is an unproductive workforce. Do you want to have people in your office that just show up, but they're not productive for saying pain? They're like, oh gosh, my back hurts, my head hurts. They're taking time off. You're paying them for being off work and stuff. I would encourage you to consider creating a wellness platform or program for your staff, even if it's once a month, maybe half a day, the third Friday of the month, or the last Friday of the month, or whichever one works for you based on your company needs. But I think this is something that would really go a long way in restoring the productivity in the workforce, especially after where we've come from. Exactly. There's a lot of mental issues. There's a lot of physical stress issues and pains that really can only be traced back to stress.
Exactly.
To stress.
Exactly.
And like you said earlier, lifestyle. So let's get with it, guys, and let's try to see what we can do to change our lifestyle, change our culture at work, and change the bottom line, which is how much can we make with what we have, and how much do we preserve the workforce, which is really our greatest asset to bring us the best returns on investment. I hope you would take this as a challenge and talk to Mark. And where can they find you, Mark?
You can find me in Ngong Road, a place called Afya Mansionette. It's on Kaburu Drive. We are in house number 2. We are also in Diani. We are trying to build up a clinic in Diani.
Right.
We always go there twice in a month, but we're also trying to set up a clinic there. We're also in Nanyuki at a place called
Diversified.
We have completely tried to diversify.
Right.
It's called Willy Wellness Center. Is in Nanyuki.
Okay.
So we are trying to go overboard, not only in Nairobi. We're trying to go through the rest of the country.
Yeah, the country needs to be healthy.
I'm telling you.
And what phone number can they reach you at?
You can reach us at 0110 071 349.
And are you on any social media platforms, on Facebook?
We are on Facebook, The Healing Clinic. We are on Instagram, The Healing Clinic. We are also on Twitter, The Healing Clinic.
Awesome. And if they search in Google, they can also find
They can also find us on Google, The Healing Clinic, Massage and Therapy Center.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So please, you owe it to yourself. Good health is priceless.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you too, Zendi.
I'll see you next time. Amen.